Welcome to my channel where we discuss everything and all things politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. The wife of the president, Oluremi Tinubu, has urged market women not to increase prices as Christmas or Yuletide is fast approaching. Now, the message of the First Lady, in other words, is blaming the traders for the increase in prices of goods in the market. This video is going to show that it is not the fault of the traders when price of goods go high, that indeed it is the problem caused by the administration of her husband, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He and he alone is responsible for any increase in price of goods in the market, and not the market women or the traders. That's what we're going to talk about in this video, and we're going to show evidence to prove that it was this President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that is responsible for increase in the price of goods in the market. And if the price of goods are to increase astronomically this Christmas and New Year, it can only be caused by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. That's what we're going to talk about in this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. Now, First Lady Oluremi Tinubu has urged Nigerian market women not to increase prices as the festive season approaches. She made this appeal in Ebonyi State while addressing women during the 2024 Women's Day celebration at the Pangele Oruta Township Stadium in Abakaliki. She said, with the Yuletide season fast approaching, the First Lady appealed to market women to refrain from unfair hikes in price of food items during the festive season, said Bukola Kukoye, her media aide, in a statement. Now, this dog whistling in which traders are being scapegoated didn't start today. Recall that back in August, the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu accused traders of exploitative pricing and gave traders 1 month to crash the prices of goods in the market, or they will suffer some consequences. The Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission at the time gave traders 1 month moratorium to crash prices of goods. The Executive Vice Chairman of Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, or FCCPC, Mr. Tunji Bello, gave the order at a one-day stakeholders engagement on exploitative pricing in Abuja. He said the meeting was to address the growing trend of exploitative pricing and unwholesome practice of market associations. Bello had described the commission's finding that a fruit blender known as Ninja was being sold at a popular supermarket in Texas for $89, which was about 140,000 naira at that time. But the same product was displayed for 944,999 naira in a supermarket in Victoria Island, Lagos. Now, this was Tunji Bello talking down on traders, blaming them for the high cost of goods that they are selling, but extricating the role of government in the high price of goods. Now, the government gave the order in August that they were giving 1 month traders to crash the prices. Of course, that 1 month has passed. We are now in November, heading towards December. The government itself has not enforced that order. And Nigerians and this channel have been watching them to see what they will do, whether they will enter supermarkets and markets in Nigeria and close them down, or regulate the price, or tell them the price that they are to pay, they are to collect for customers in exchange of their goods. Interestingly, they have not done anything that time. In fact, when they did this thing, I laughed, because what it reminded me is what they did in Venezuela, that eventually collapsed the economy of Venezuela, when the government began to close down supermarkets, fixing prices, and even went on to establish government supermarkets. Today, Venezuela is a basket case. I warned at the time that is where we are headed. Thankfully, the 1 month has passed. The government has pretended it didn't give the order. But that process of scapegoating the traders, the market women, the market men, those who buy and sell, has continued with the president's wife statement in Ebony. In other words, it is not the fault of the government, it is the fault of the traders. In other words, they want to pinch the traders against Nigerians. But I think Nigerians should know better, that the increase in goods and services in Nigeria today is not the fault of the traders. It is the fault of the government. For instance, as I'm doing this recording right now, as at October, the Central Bank of Nigeria decided to increase Nigeria's custom exchange rate. Central Bank of Nigeria decided to increase Nigeria custom exchange rate to clear goods at ports to 1,655 naira 92 kobo. That was the record that I saw as per October. I don't know what they are charging now. No, we are in November. I don't know whether the central bank has increased it, but that is the exchange rate, official one, that they charge you at the port to clear your goods. That's the official. We don't know what they charge the actual people who are the importers, when they are exchanging, when they are clearing goods. But this is the official, and you know it's on the high side, 1,655 naira 92 kobo. Now, that is for October. In May, it was 1,457 naira. In March, it was 1,612 naira. In April, it was 1,330 naira 26 kobo. Now, you can see how the rates keep on changing by the central bank, but most of the time, it has always been going up. Being regulated or determined by the current exchange rate in the I and E window, that's import and export window, and the black market. So if there is anybody to be blamed, is the Tinubu administration that keep on increasing the custom exchange rate. Because you cannot increase the custom exchange rate, the rate with which people clear their goods at the ports across Nigeria. And then when they sell their goods to the market women, you think that they will not add all those increase to the market women, and then the market women and other traders will now transfer it to ordinary Nigerians, to the consumers. That is how it is done. And that's for one part. Then another part, which also falls squarely on Tinubu's, Oluremi Tinubu's husband, is the insecurity in the country. While the other day, the National Security Advisor did a video where he was talking about the Tinubu gain, that the Tinubu gain, Nigerians are reaping the benefit of the Tinubu gain, that no more bandits, no more people can now move around the country. But the reality indicates that people cannot go to their farms. In Gwari, in Kaduna State, the community leaders have severally drawn attention to the fact that bandits have taken over their area. They cannot go to farm without authorization by the bandits. Bandits determine when you plant your crop, if you will plant it, and they determine whether you will harvest it, the quantity you will give to them as part of your tax and all that. Now, Gwari is just a small part of Kaduna State. Several parts of Kaduna State are under literal lockdown by these bandits. And it's not only in Kaduna State, which is a really farming state. Much of the Northwest, you cannot plant and harvest without the authorization of the bandits. Because of the menace of the bandits, farmers have decided not to farm as much as they would have loved to. And even when they farm, they cannot harvest. Only recently, in this same Gwari, bandits burnt down farmlands to punish the community for allegedly conniving with the military to attack them. And what is happening in Gwari is happening in most part of Northwest. It's happening in North Central, in Niger, in Plateau, in Nasarawa, everywhere. So all these things are factored into the price of rice. If you say you want to buy local rice in place of the foreign rice, which are impacted by the exchange rate and the central bank is collecting at the customs when clearing your imported goods. If you say, okay, you will buy local rice, the local rice don't come cheap because of insecurity. Most farmers cannot go to farm. Even those who could be able to go to farm don't go to far distance farmlands because of the clash between herders and farmers, and then the bandits. That is why the cost of goods, farm produce, have continued to go up. Whether you buy imported rice or you buy local rice, you can see that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is responsible for any differences in prices that you encounter, even in this Christmas, because his administration is supposed to rein in the bandits to stop them from stopping farmers. to do their farming activities. And this thing I mentioned is not only applicable to the northeast, northwest, north central, all over the country right now. There is virtually no part of the country that there is no conflict between herders and farmers. Early this year, Southwest farmers have to sign an agreement with Meetiala, peace agreement. I hope I won't forget to put the link to the story so that you go and verify it. In Southwest Nigeria, Meetiala signed peace agreement with farmers. Why did they do that? So that farmers can be able to go to farm in Southwest without being killed. Now, when you have that kind of atmosphere, how do you expect the prices of goods and services, prices of farm produce to be cheap? That is the fact of the matter. And that is the issue that need to be addressed. So this tendency to blame the traders, to blame the market women, to blame everybody else but the government is being clever by half by the Tinubu administration and by the office of the First Lady. The truth of the matter remains that any astronomical increase experienced during the festive season, there is no other person to blame but President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration. That's my take on this issue. I don't know what you think about this, but whatever you think is the reason for the increase in foodstuff, price of foodstuff and other goods in the market. Let us hear from you. Do you think that is the traders that are exploiting the Nigerian public, or the government's failure to do the needful? First of all, by the failure to reduce the cost, the cost of imported goods. What we are talking about here is just the cost to clear the goods. So it is not the price that you bought the good from abroad. This is price that Central Bank of Nigeria put for you to import. As at October, it was 1,655 naira 92 kobo. That is just for the, it's not the price of the product itself. It is not the price of the product itself. So when you factor all this thing in, you now begin to understand why the price of goods in the market is the way they are. And then when it comes to food stuff, if you are importing rice or you are importing beans, it will factor into this 1,655 naira 92 kobo to the dollar at the ports. But if you are selling local rice, the market women in Ebonyi and everywhere, they are selling local rice. Their prices are factored, they are influenced by the insecurity they pass through, by the cost of transportation, because already you know that the deregulation, the removal of fuel subsidy astronomically increased the price of fuel, which is transferred to the traders in going to the villages, in local communities to buy these goods, taking them to the market and everything else. All these are, when you add them in, the increase in price of fuel, the insecurity, the high exchange rates at the customs in our various ports, you can now understand that there is no one to blame but the government of the day for any increase in price of goods in the country. And come this Christmas, if there is an increase, astronomical or not, the only person to blame will be the office of the president, whose responsibility is to ensure that enabling environment is there for the exchange of goods and services. Don't forget, this government prides itself in allowing demand and supply to determine the price of things. It was that same principle of demand and supply determining the direction of our economy. That was why they removed the fuel subsidy, so that demand and supply determine the price of fuel. It was that same principle that made them to float the naira, so that demand and supply will determine the value of the naira in respect of the dollar. That principle cannot now be removed when it comes to the market women. Demand and supply, which is the golden, which is the holy grail, if you like, of the administration, has to also determine the price of goods in the market. You cannot apply the demand and supply principle in fuel at the ports, and then when it comes to the market woman or market man, you expect him to sell below the price he bought his goods. It means that the whole country will shut down, and the traders will never be able to go back to buy goods to sell again to Nigerians. That's the way I see it. Let's hear from you at the comment section. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.